YouTube, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to cover 11 questions. I'll call it an AMA, but these are questions that I get asked all the time, every day. No, not really, but I get these questions all the time from people who are trying to become or starting their career as a Squarespace designer. Funny, I even use the word career because you could transition. It's not a lifelong commitment. It could even be for a few years. But if you are becoming a Squarespace designer, I'm going to cover 11 questions under 3 core topics. We're going to start with get your money right. To begin, we want to cover 4 key questions to get your money right as you become a designer. 2, build your confidence. We're going to cover a few topics there. And then 3, scale your growth. So this video is going to be a ton of value. I don't think this is going to be our most popular video by any means, but this video is going to be a great resource for people who are becoming designers. So usually I ask if you could like the video, if you get value, you could totally do that. But if you know someone who's becoming a Squarespace designer, send them this video. This video will be a great starting point for them. And I would appreciate that immensely. So the first question is this: how do you start making $5K on the side each month? The core principle that is going to help you get to that point is going to be this. You're going to want to learn how to talk about money. This is something that I think isn't talked about enough. You want to get really comfortable talking about money, a lot more comfortable than a negotiation for a salary. This is something you want to be really comfortable asking a client. What is their budget? Have they done work like this before? What do they usually spend on this? Is their business thriving? What's happening? What is the revenue? What is the profit margin? You might ask questions like that. Depends on the client, but you want to get really confident on your process with your client and knowing how to talk about money, which leads to the second part. That will teach you how to say no. Those 2 skill sets, talking about money and learning how to say no, are going to help you scale and grow beyond anything. Those are the 2 things I see people get trapped in. Those are the 2 things that I see people dread their careers and never grow. Those are the things that really will help you thrive. Now, I have a video, it's already published, how to make $5K on the side, keep your corporate job, how to make $5K on the side as a Squarespace designer. So you're gonna wanna check that out. Question number 2, where do you find clients? This is one of the most important questions you're going to answer in your entire process of becoming a designer. Once you have a regular and consistent lead flow, life is completely different. But to get to that initial flow, you have to really push in to find what is going to work for you. Some people, it's going to really work for them if they do advertising. Others, it's going to work on their social accounts. And others, it's going to work in their circle. They just have a lot of people in their circle that are going to need websites. Here is my advice. Build out your portfolio website with at least 3 websites, possibly even 4. Start there and then go tell the world. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell Instagram, tell Facebook, tell LinkedIn. When you introduce yourself as a Squarespace designer. Tell your classmates, tell your previous teachers, especially if you went to college, tell your professors, tell your mentors, tell anyone, tell everyone that you have now become a designer and remind them a lot. Not too much, but a lot. Also, we have a video on this, so make sure you check out the link down below. Number 3, you want to have the right questions for that introductory phone call. That introductory phone call is a way for you to vet the client and a way for the client to vet you. You want to make sure you know what you're vetting for. You want to have a list of questions that you can use to go through the phone call with. What do they say? The person who asks more questions on the call or in the conversation is the one who is leading the conversation. You want to make sure you lead the conversation every single time. So the resource I have here is I have a list of all the questions I ask on a phone call or possibly can ask on a phone call. I don't ask all of them every time, but I have a list of them that you can get if you check the link down below. And actually, this is the first time I'm going to make this plug, but this is probably the most valuable tool I've ever created and is stupid affordable. Check out our designer starter kit. It is going to provide you a list of questions. It's also going to provide you with a ton of other stuff to start out as a designer. I honestly believe it'll save you hundreds of hours on your design process, if not thousands, of getting started, having templates, systems, the right principles. We're going to talk about a lot of this stuff and I'll probably reference it 2 or 3 more times, but the designer starter kit is one of my most valuable resources and you can check it out in the link below. Number 4, the biggest roadblock I see for beginning designers to become expert designers. What I see as the biggest hurdle for new website designers starting out, they focus way too much on the technical aspects and forget these 2 core components. Number 1, the platform is never the point. When a client comes to you, they are looking to solve a business problem. So focus on solving that problem. Focus on giving them solutions. The platform is a secondary decision. They may have come to you for a Squarespace website, but you need to really understand what the problem is that you are solving. Number 2, business owners should not become web developers. This is again a core belief of mine that I am there to be the web developer, to take the client from A to Z with ease, and that entire process comes with me being the web developer, but it also means I deliver a project that is easy for them to manage. So what I really emphasize here is learn the business of building websites for clients for long-term growth. Not just getting them a site, finishing a project, and passing it off, but how do you build something that they can grow and evolve with? So the resource here is this. All of this starts with the right mindset. You want to be able to set your clients up for success long-term and learn the best ways to do that for your business. My designer starter kit, again, is the plug I'm going to make right now. That tool is useful, so useful for you if you are starting out. Building websites is a process, serving clients is a process, building a team is a process. All of those things are processes. You're going to want to develop one and move on to the next. Now let's focus on a few questions that come up from people who are starting out as designers. Number 1, how do you double your rate? Now, maybe you've designed 3 to 4 websites and you're at $1,000 or $1,500 and you want to get to 4 or 5K per project. This is what I recommend. Number 1, you want to build systems. And number 2, repetition equals progress. Let me break those down quickly. The first one, build systems. Anything you repeat should have a system. You should not guess if I should do this first or this second or that fourth, whatever. You should get a system down for each section, everything you do, and build a process that works for you. You could adjust it along the way, but you want to start with a process that is defined externally, not from your motivation at the moment, externally, and you go through that process. Number 2, repetition equals progress. It is not about making a perfect website, but making 10 websites and getting better along the way. So you're going to want to have a starting document to gather all the information you need from the client. You're going to also want to have a proposal ready where you just have to format a few things. You're going to also want emails already pre-written that you know that you can use over and over and over again for every client. You just got to adjust a few things for that unique client. These things build confidence. Expertise builds confidence. You want the only hurdle to be the unique variables for the client, not the basics. The basics should be covered. You should have the basics down. How to design certain things, how to build certain things. You're going to get that down by doing it over and over and over again. But in the process, what you want to focus on is really get to a point where the only thing you're doing new for the client are the unique variables for that client. And the pro tip is this. Clients do not choose the best designer. They choose the safest option, and the safest option for them. Again, if you give your client the sense of confidence that you could handle everything from A to Z, they are going to be so apt and ready to move forward with you. It's basically this. If the client knows when they're on the phone with you or when they're talking to you or looking at your website, they know that you'll be able to take them from A to Z with ease and grace. That is going to be a process that is magnificent because they're going to trust you from the get-go. Now, this one has a few resources. Number 1, I have a video, 8 tips on how to double your rate. Check out that to learn more about how to do it yourself. Number 2, I also have a video on a starting questionnaire. I walk through my questionnaire. You're going to want to check that out as well. And again, I am going to plug the Designer Starter Kit. The Designer Starter Kit has a ton of resources. It has the questionnaire. It has my proposal. You could literally copy and paste it, use the exact same format to do your proposals in less than 10 minutes for every new client, so you don't feel like you're wasting time thinking and creating all these special things in the proposal. It takes minutes to create. So number 6, how do you build a website in a day? People get so surprised when I tell them that I could build a website in less than 90 minutes from start to finish. 3K project, 5K project. I recently did a 5K project in less than 2 hours. And the client absolutely loved the website. These are the 3 core principles that I use to be able to do that. Number 1, you want to gamify everything. Parkinson's law states that the amount of time you give something is the amount of time it takes. So I use a timer with everything. As you can see right now, I'm literally using the timer. Number 2, deliver at 80. Where most designers miss it is they focus on perfection. Again, the perfection trap is very normal, it's very natural, but the way you avoid it and waste a bunch of time on an aspect of the site that the client doesn't even really care about is by delivering at 80. Number 3, the rule of 10. Do not judge your work until you've done it 10 times. So basically this, if you've done 1 website or 4 websites, don't get overly critical if you are good or bad or any of that. Focus on building 10 websites before you make any major judgment calls. Before you decide, I'm only gonna do this or I'm only gonna do that. Allow yourself to go through the process enough times to get the experience to know what you're good at and what you're not good at. These 3 things have helped me double my rate, but on top of that have helped me become so quick at designing sites, getting client feedback immediately, and going through the iterative process with the client fast and easy. The resource I have here is there's a video that I walk through the entire process of designing and these principles to keep in mind. Number 7, this is a big one. I cannot emphasize it enough. For anybody who is a designer, website designer, graphic designer, any type of design, what is the biggest mistake I see designers make? I hire graphic designers, I hire animators or illustrators. The biggest mistake I see them make is they deliver their project to the client via email with no instructions on how to experience it. It is a bad assumption to think that the client is going to know how to navigate through every aspect of the creative work that you brought to life. The simple solution, use Loom. You record a Loom video, you walk them through it, or at least you prep them on how to look at it, and that way they know what they're seeing. They don't have to try to figure it out along the way. Use Loom, record your screen, share it with them, show them what the project is, introduce it to them, show them how to think about it, show them how to sit with it. This process is so valuable for everyone on board. All right, we are here at the final section, section 3, scale your growth. Now, I have left out all the technical aspects until this point because this is one of the core things to consider. This question, number 8, is this. Do I need to learn how to code to become a website developer? In 2022 and beyond, you do not need to learn how to code. You could learn code along the way, but you do not need to learn how to code to start. And this is when you trigger the celebration music, because seriously, so many people feel they can never do it because they are intimidated by code. When I first started out, I was intimidated by code. But over time, I learned a bunch about code. I learned CSS, I learned HTML on the fly as I did client projects. So key there, I got paid to learn. That was amazing. And then on top of it, I know how to hire the right people to code stuff that I don't understand. When I started out, I did not have any of that. So do you need to learn how to code or go to a coding bootcamp or learn UI UX? No, you can start by building a website for a local business or a family member or a friend. The technical skill will come. Number 9, what are your favorite design resources that you use? A few design resources I absolutely love. One of them, Coolers. It's a great way to create a color palette. Number 2, Font Ninja. It's a great way to see the types of fonts that other businesses use and how they use them, the size of the font, the color of the font, all of that. Number 3, Google Fonts or Adobe Fonts. Spend time on those websites, learn about the fonts, and find your favorites that you could use on client projects again and again. Number 4, Landbook is a great resource to see some of the most beautiful websites on the planet. The next one, Platforma.ws. Go check out their wireframes. If you see their wireframes, all your sites should be structured basically the same. You don't need to reinvent the wheel as a UI or UX developer. Start with things that people already know and are familiar. Just make it unique to the client. I also have another 5 to 8 resources that I provide in the designer starter kit. Again, check that link down below. Number 10, what are your favorite SEO resources for Squarespace? Some of you may know me. I love SEO, and I've done a lot of work in the SEO world on Squarespace. My first recommendation is, as you begin as a designer, learn SEO. It's going to be so valuable for you and your clients in the future. The number one tool I will recommend is our free SEO audit tool. Just go to our website, you can use the audit tool, you can audit a page and see 15 plus different items that you could adjust, fix, or change to improve your SEO. This will help so much in your ability to understand how SEO works from a starting point. From there, we have a few blog posts that you should definitely check out. One of them being 60 plus tips for SEO to start out. The next one is, hey, if you're blogging, definitely want to check out our blogging SEO guide. And number 3, we have a video on YouTube, Squarespace SEO, that literally covers all the basics to start. So those 3 resources together will give you a good sense of where to begin with technical SEO. And then from there, really working into the blogging world. We also have some paid resources as well. There's an SEO downloadable that is a great resource for you. And we also have our SEO course that you could check out as well. Hey, if you made it this far in the video, there's a promo code that you will love. Use the promo code START with SEO when you buy the designer starter kit, and we will send you free access to our SEO course. Boom, just like that. Free access for you for life. Now, number 11, this is an important one, and I kept it to the end because this is a very valuable one, but you want to make sure you go through those other 10 first. What are your tips for selling 10K websites? This is one of the things that I think baffles people when they think you could build a 10K website on Squarespace. They think you have to do so much fancy work, all of this. How do you do it? Number 1, 10K websites start with solving business problems, not with customizations. The most custom website does not equal the most expensive website. The most expensive website should equal a website that solves the biggest problem, or said differently, the most valuable problem. So understanding the client, understanding the problem that's being solved, these things are really going to help you position yourself in the right way. Thinking about what we talked about before, your confidence and your pitch are going to be so important. The more questions you ask in the initial call, the more the client is going to have a sense that you understand the problem and the project at hand, and the more they're going to feel confident that you know how to take this from A to Z. Following, sell a vision, not a trend. Trends die, visions expand. Final resource here, I have a video that walks through other tips, additional tips for how you can sell 10K websites. So make sure you check the link down below. If you made it to this part of the video, you are very serious about becoming a designer. So number 1, drop a comment down below and just say, I made it to the end. I will reply to you in a few days. Eventually, I will reply to you and get back to you. I want to know what you are looking to accomplish, what your biggest hurdle is. Give me some feedback down below. Is there anything that I can do to provide for you to grow as a designer? Next, stay in tune with the channel. We are providing new resources. We may do a community one day. We are trying to create a world for you to go from corporate job to freelance, or corporate job and make some side money, whatever that might be, for you to be able to have the joy of knowing that you can land clients, land projects, handle them with no stress, with ease and grace. So if that is for you, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.